No Jumper, sharpest podcast in the world. And today, shit, man, we got Yowda.
Yeah.
Yowda in this motherfucker, man.
You already know what it do.
Fuck
man.
going on, man? Talk to me,
with
man.
you, man.
How's life been treating you?
Man, great, man. I'm breathing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's always good. If you ain't got to press 5 to talk to me, man, we living.
Yeah, man. You know, it seems like these days, man, you're a hard man to get a hold of.
Yeah, man. You gotta, I'm valuable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's valuable mean to you?
Not too reachable, man. You know, most of the valuable things in life, everybody can't obtain. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to stay out the way, man. I feel like, I don't want to be too obtainable to everybody. You know, I want to keep my distance. So I keep my relevance to me.
Are there people that you probably came up with? Because if people don't know you, know you are King Yowda. You know, you done did things with MMG, and you done dropped. You know what I'm saying? You done really got into things with people. But like, to tell people, like, what was your upbringing through this shit? Like, of trying to kind of move through this shit and be something
As far
great.
as like my struggle through the music and all that? Or?
Yeah. Just life at first.
Man.
We'll get to the music in just a second. Just life and what it built up
It's
to.
just been a grind from the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, coming up, kind of regular to what, most people go through, average young black men in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Getting money, trying to find a different way out. Federal time, 5 years, some state time, maximum facility yards. Ended up rapping because I lost a bet. It ended up working out for me. God make everything happen for a reason.
What bet? What do you mean you lost? You say you started rapping because you lost a bet.
Yeah. I used to fuck around just freestyling and shit. And me and a homie had bet. He wanted me to drop a mixtape, so the bet was he said he was gonna get a Lambo. So if he got the Lambo, I had to drop a mixtape. Nigga ended up pulling up on me in a Lambo like 6 months later, and that already booked me some studio time. So that's how that happened.
So you telling me that you lost the bet, and that's where
I lost the bet. I had to drop a mixtape, and the mixtape ended up falling in the hands of Ross.
Ross, as in you mean
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
Yeah.
How did that apply itself to your life? Fucking with somebody who probably was already on and kind of doing their thing.
Well, at first it was kind of like surreal. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like anything that comes to my way is meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't take L's as losses. Everything's a lesson. So, you know what I'm saying? Everything's a stepping stone, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I'm walking down the street and I trip over a curb. Okay, start watching where you stepping. You know what I'm saying? Everything is,
Do you consider yourself like a person that was lucky coming up, or do you feel like you kind of had to from when you was young, you got to have to strive? Go ahead.
I don't think there's no luck in nothing I ever did because I've been through it, worked, bumped my head. It's been a struggle with everything. I just happened to make it happen out of that. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't believe in no luck at all.
What was one of the what was one of the first struggles that made you feel like you were scared, and it's okay, like we talk about that, like just being men, but just remembering that you was probably scared, like, fuck, I wasn't gonna make it up out of this shit. Way before the King Yowda and just moving and just, really standing for your campaign. Was there a time?
Yeah, even some of the court situations I had, you know what I'm saying? Like,
let's talk about those.
Like, I had a situation in Colorado, I didn't think I was gonna make it out of. You know what I'm saying?
What year was this?
This was young, man. I had we was out there on the hustle tip, like young. I'm talking about teens, and got into it with some cats out there. I ended up hitting the cat with a car. Cat was shooting at the car we was in, you know, I just drove. You feel me?
Was this something like that you was just like, I'm kind of fearing for my life. I'm just
Yeah,
this
off
dude
top.
shooting at like shooting at you, or just
off top.
you was like,
So-
fuck this shit. I'm about to run him over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get up out of there type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that type of situation. So man, it's been a lot. I didn't think I was gonna get out of that. Luckily, you know, I ended up getting locked up. They had a hold on me out there.
How old were you?
Shit, I was what, 17.
17. Mm-hmm. You wasn't even fucking old enough to buy cigarettes.
And then, like I said, I ended up getting locked up. They had a hold on me, but dude ended up, I guess dude was active, so he ended up passing. So they ended up dropping the charges.
So the dude that everything had happened to, he'd end up passing. Was this just like from natural
whatever they
causes?
had going on, whatever politics they had going on out there in Colorado.
Fuck.
And you know, I was gonna fight. You know, I was gonna fight like Tyson. You feel me? So, in order for them to even press charges on me, because I ain't taking no deals, you know, the dude's gonna have to come testify.
At 17, that's got to be a big decision for somebody's life, because, you know, being 17 years old, you know, you got the rest of your life to look towards. You know what I'm saying? So to be somebody in your structure, it's got to be.
Well, then, you know, and at that point in time, you know, a nigga feel like he could beat anything too. You know, when you young, you know, I don't care if they catch you red-handed. Oh, I ain't do it. I'm fighting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what that was about too, though. So you know, everything happened for a reason, though. It was a good learning experience.
So to speed it up to today, and just your overall, like, you know, because I feel like you're one of them rappers, man, that, you know, done got you paid your way to be there. You weren't just one of those. I watched your grind. Like, I'm talking about really been around you personally to watch your grind, to watch you like really invest to
Off top.
music. You know what I'm saying? And taking it. What were you into before we even get into that? What were you into before all of this, and like really taking your rap career serious?
Shit, you know, I was out there getting it in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hustling, man. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of, you know, at first it was kind of like I felt was my downfall.
Did you have music and shit like that clashing?
Yeah, because I felt like I wasn't putting everything into the music. That's why it wasn't really popping off the way it was supposed to. Yeah. And then you know when I met Ross, I was in the Phantom. You know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff is like a gift and a curse, because people look at you when you're on like that and be like, oh, he don't need nothing, so I ain't gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? But you know, if you ain't got certain stuff, they be like, oh, come on, get up under here, let me, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a gift and a curse. But, you know, I was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out, which kind of led to a lot of different legal situations, like one I just got out of recently. So, and then, so that's how that goes, yeah.
That's got to be a mind fuck for a person of your stature, you know, to be finally trying to pursue something that, like, you know, and it actually pays off, because how many fucking rappers even get a chance to go and even be around Rick Ross? Mind you, you pulled up in some shit that.
Yeah, he definitely would drive. Or, you know what I'm saying? Let me look at that. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. So, yeah.
Let's get into like the court cases to today, because we talked about the court. I mean, shit, you done been in some shits when you was young, you know, and trying to figure things out in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. When did these major federal, if I'm not mistaken, this
federal,
wasn't state?
Federal.
It's federal.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't trip off. We don't worry about the state too much.
Yeah.
We ain't really worry about the state, man. You know, hey, you know, it's like, come on, man. I'm a little bit above their pay grade. You
Right.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
Hey, man, it's your story.
Yeah,
hey,
don't even
I love that.
Don't even pull me over, bro. I'm above your pay grade.
Right.
Somebody else finna get mad at you for fucking with me right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Okay, so when did these federal court cases, like, how did all this shit even transpire?
Well, you know, I just got done fighting a federal marijuana case.
Okay.
1,000 pounds of marijuana. It was an investigation that was going on from 2013 to 2019. Me, it's about 16. There's 16 of us on the case total.
Yeah.
Me and a lot of close friends. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of.
Come
I
on,
ain't gonna lie.
Yowda, come
I
on,
ain't gonna lie,
bro.
they got
Don't just give it to me, man. Give it to me raw. It's
I'ma give
over,
it to
ain't
you
it?
raw. They got on the crew because they thought we was selling cocaine. You know, because niggas was moving mean. You know what I'm saying? It really was looking like, you know what I'm saying? And the shit came from out of state. So, you know, somebody out of state was doing something and affiliated with whoever, you know, we were. And then, you know, you know how the trail kind of goes that way. So it was an investigation that went on from 2013 to 2019. We ended up getting indicted.
Were you doing music in the mix?
Yeah, I was doing music in the mix of all this, you know what I'm saying? Which I ain't gonna lie, during the indictment, I got put on pretrial, so I just got off pretrial from 28 months. So during that time, you know what I'm saying, you know, they was on my ass. So that's what really got me pushing into my music, because I went on 2 tours during this time, which I never did before. And if I wasn't on pretrial, I probably wouldn't have, because, you know, I was still like, I don't need to do that, I'm getting some money around here.
Who were you on tour with?
I went on tour with Ross and Wale. Actually, the last day I went on tour is because the COVID situation, they locked everything down. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. So, but yeah, if it wasn't for the white folks getting heavy in my business on this round right here, I wouldn't have took my music as serious as it was. You know what I'm saying? And everything's been climbing since then. So that's what made me realize, okay, you got to put 2 feet over here, 2 feet over here. You can't straddle that line. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do something, you got to do it.
Do you feel like when you were fucking with Ross, do you feel like you were pushing harder with Rick Ross, or more now that you've kind of gotten the platform and you've gotten to step out and do your own thing?
You know, I still fuck with the homie heavy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm probably taking it a lot more serious now. So I don't want to say I was moving more meaner when I was with him, because at the end of the day, being around him put some work ethic into me that I would have never got before either. Right. You know, because I'm looking around, it's like, oh, he doing this. Oh, I got to keep up with these fools. And like I said, the fucked up thing was I was still splitting my energy. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's like, you know, the shit I'm talking and the shit I be, you know, a lot of these niggas ain't, you feel me? I know what's going on in this rap game.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of them ain't really been there, done that, or, you know, even in touch like that. So I know what I'm talking is really there to talk. So, you know, so.
I mean, shit. I remember me and you used to go to the same barbershop. Shit, I used to pull up in the Candy Red Chevelle and I'll be banging your music, man. You know, and I've watched you really put money towards the game. So do you think, like, to be honest, like, I'm gonna ask you, like, as somebody who's really put their money
into themselves,
to the industry, you know, really seen, like, okay, they say this is what it costs. Okay, I'm putting this up.
Yeah.
I'm putting this up. What's it cost?
Yeah.
No matter the cost.
Yeah. Guaranteed. Yeah.
Do you feel like you've gotten, like, because you're good, but, like, do you feel like you've gotten everything that you deserve out of this, or do you feel like it's kind of shadow banned to certain people?
I feel like it's coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I've got everything recuperated, but you know what I'm saying? That might be just from a hustler's mind state because of that flip. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you try to flip something, or, you know, you're trying to get the maximum out of everything you do. But I do feel like it's coming, though. But yeah, like, investing in yourself, though, is no matter where you go with it, because I spent it on me, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? It's like no matter what happens, you know what I'm saying? Even, let's say, if I didn't recoup 1,000%, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy because I did what I wanted to do and did it when I wanted to, you know what I'm saying?
You seem like a type of person that, I don't know if you drink or you smoke. Matter of fact, you never did drink or smoke.
Don't drink, don't smoke,
so
don't nothing.
To be somebody that comes from the game, it seems like you wasn't never really invested into the shoes, clothes.
Nah, you know,
like for real. Like, you know, you kind of had a different mindset.
Yeah, you know, I was one of them niggas that, you know, I didn't mind playing broke.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas flashy and all this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you can't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, I was one of them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Talk about it.
Even
How far
like
was you back like that? Like, how far do you remember?
man, from being a kid, it's just like, watching the older hustlers that was growing up around me, you know what I'm saying? Even my, we used to have, me and the homies would put in together and, do our thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was times where, the money came back around and I'd be like, where mine at? The homies like, man, we bought you this, bro. You trying to rap, you got to do this. I'm like, man, I ain't want that watch. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, we bought you the watch with we bought you this with your money, we bought you this with your money. And I'm like, y'all can't be spending my money on, you know what I'm saying? But they was doing it. I see what they was doing now. They was like, man, you got to have that look. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know what you do. It's like these other niggas don't know you like that, so they don't know you getting money. You know what I'm saying? You can't just wear black T-shirts and jeans all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? You got.
I mean, you did come in with some.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still
some shorts and some Yeezys.
Short Yeezys.
I mean, but you is jeweled the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
you know
what I'm saying? So,
you are preaching your heritage all on your chest, so I do get.
So yeah, so it's like that was kind of like a big thing for me to be like, okay, step out a little bit. But I was always doing that to stay low key. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wasn't tripping. The money and a lot of this stuff make a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You take it off them, you take everything with them goes. You know what I'm saying? I was never one of them type of dudes. So you know what I'm saying? I was always whatever I was pulling with this on, I'll pull it without it on. You know what I'm saying? Or however I was stepping into a room or enforcing my energy in public, it was the same no matter what I had on. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying you the type of dude that like, I'm gonna pull the same bitch in a Bentley that I'm gonna pull in a Toyota Camry.
Oh, off top.
Like
off top. And I ain't gonna, hey, look, and I ain't gonna lie, if I pull in a Toyota Camry, I might get a lot more out the bitch. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? She ain't got them expectations. I might pull up in that Camry. She might want to work with me to get that. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up in the Bentley. Now she trying to work just to be with me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, let's get that together. You know what I'm saying? So it was always, my mentality was always different. Yeah. I was always trying to hide what I was doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else be trying to really show.
Do you feel like the people that you might have surrounded yourself with, because they always say like, it's never just yourself if you was doing it alone. It's always some people that might have knew or just just to kind of overall put that situation there. You know what I'm saying? Just at hand. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, damn, maybe it was just too many people involved at that time and just, you never really know where shit's coming from. Like, did you ever feel like that about like your cases? Like about just
off top.
With the
off
cases,
top.
like people,
off top. Yeah,
what type of things ran through your mind when you were fighting this case?
100%. Even the jurisdiction where they said the case came out of, I wasn't out there rocking. You know what I'm saying? But the people knew I had just been rocking, period. Yeah. So they're like, that's their best friend, that's their homie. Throw him in there. Because even my lawyer, my lawyer was hollering at the DA. He was like, man, my boy wasn't out there. He was like, look, man. Yeah, he called me. The Yowda knows what's going on. He's been around this a lot. This ain't his first situation. It's probably not going to be his last. He knows why he's here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's just, you got to pay taxes. Some point in time in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether, in the situation.
I think, and I promise you, what you just said, and I hope this break the airwave, that shit's gonna go over a lot of people's heads, what you just said.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to repeat it. I hope they catch on to what you just, that last little bit before you went back to something else. That was the realest game that you could ever give to anybody. And I've said it in so many ways that you gotta pay to play.
Yeah, off top.
If you're gonna pay taxes. I've never seen rich niggas just go down for just super light, unless like they just needed you off because you were a menace. Cause you were just somebody who just, they knew you just ran a little bit too much, whatever. But for the quiet niggas that can really move and just adapt and okay, gotta pay what I gotta pay and I got to do what I got to do, have made it out of this. And I feel like you one of them kind of guys, like for real.
Yeah. And like I said, that's just being groomed from some real dudes early on in life, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate them, you know what I'm saying? I got to give a shout out to all them, you know what I'm saying? But So
What was the type of guys that you grew up around to make King Yowda, MMG, music, just moving across the country, the globe?
let's just say even my big brother, boy, he got life right now. You know what I'm saying? And then my dad has life also in prison. So, but the stories hearing about my dad, man, he was like a real low key dude. He was, you know what I'm saying, like he wasn't out there like that. My big bro, he was lightweight, flashy, but you know what I'm saying. He was always hiding what he was doing, and he always let me know, man, it ain't what they think, it's what you know.
Who was there to teach you? I mean, who was there to kind of like guide you through this shit of just growing up and just knowing what you know what I'm saying, knowing what your fucking private parts do? You know what I'm saying? Like who was?
Yeah, so it's like growing up like that. You know, you bump your head a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? So and then you know people would always man, I like you, youngster. Come here, let me ooh ooh ooh. And then I ain't gonna lie, you know, I when I did my 5 in the feds, I was soaking up game from all the niggas that had really like millions. And them niggas wasn't, you know, they still had money going on. Like my celly, he did 35 years. He just came home, right? My celly did 35 years. He just came home like maybe a year ago. This nigga came home to $500,000.
They don't send broke niggas to the feds.
No, they don't. But
or
this
broke minded.
the thing. You would never think that. Knowing the nigga, like he had that type of, you feel me? Like never, you know what I'm saying? So I used to chop it up with him a lot. And then in my head, I'm thinking, you was gone 35 years. You got family, you got kids. He got locked up at 18. You got family, you got kids, you got a mom, baby mom, you know, all this. You just came home to a half a ticket. How much money did you have? Because, you know, during that time, people, they eating up your money. I don't care what you say. You go to jail, family needs stuff. He had to survive in there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Lawyer
so you
fees.
saying he was paying even being in jail.
Yeah,
he got to
so-
figure out ways to make plays.
Yeah, so I'm like, how much money you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you seen him, you'd be like, man, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And one dude I remember I used to soak up a lot of game from in a joint, his name was Milo. Milo used to iron clothes. He used to iron clothes.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about $8-9 million, worth about $8-9 million.
You'd be surprised. Like, listen, I've never met a man that goes to the feds or somebody who go like they don't take dumb people there.
Yeah, no.
They take people of that mixture to separate them from the people that can be.
Yeah, it's a place you go, you can get some game from. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Because you was probably already on game.
Yeah.
So when you got out, you wasn't broke. Were you? When you got out from that 5 bid, that little 5 bid?
When I came home, yeah, I was on my ass.
Was your music pushing?
I had just started. I had really just started, and you know, I came home to a situation with a female that didn't work. You know, I juiced that for what I could. You know what I'm saying? Got with my cousin. End up, you know, I was doing music. I ended up printing out 50,000 CDs. You know, at that point in time, you know, CDs was still, you feel me? I printed out 50,000 CDs. I didn't sell one. I gave them all away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then I printed out another 20,000 after that. I gave them all away on my next situation. And I feel like that's how I got my buzz, because I was still hustling. And you know, it's real hard. Like, I'm pretty sure you remember times when niggas walked up to your car, tried to get you a CD. And he's like, man, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cool. But, nigga, if I pull up on you in a Rolls Royce, you gonna take my CD.
I can't recall how many times motherfuckers that walked up to my car sweaty. I'm talking about sweaty, fucking wife beater. And he tried to give it to me, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of feel bad for him because I see he done been out in the heat all day. He's stressing, he's struggling. I'm just giving it to him, even though I don't listen to it and the shit go in the trash. Like, and that's sad, but it's reality.
I used to tell niggas though, like, because I think I had I didn't think I had too many people turn it down, because then I'd be like, hey man, you want to see this? Man, I said, bro, it's free. You know, that word free always get a motherfucker eyebrow to raise. That F word is a motherfucker.
For the black man, for sure.
So when I say free, they be like, oh, it's free? I was like, yeah, just check it out, man.
Us, for sure.
If you don't, and then my whole motto was, if you don't like it, I'll buy it back.
That's game.
And so if you don't like this music, you can tell me your price and I'll buy it from you. So at that point, everybody, getting put it in their shit. You know what I'm saying?
I like the music aspect of it, like to talk to you about it because I really do know that I don't really know too many people that I've watched come from the bottom just of knowing around you, just hearing about you. You know what I'm saying? From a lot of people. I really have, man. Heard from it. Just I knew of you in passing, shaking your hand, cool. We run into the barbershop, but just of people that I know of you, like or just know of you, they've never talked bad about you and they always know you paid your way. Like, how much would this cost, like, for somebody to really put the money into their project and move? Like, what happens being a rapper, like, that you have to really, like, pull out of your pockets? You don't have an
in order to
industry.
be successful, I'd say at least a quarter.
$250,000. $250,000 to get you at least somewhat play.
Easy $250,000. Like, at that point, like, right now, like, you got to remember when I started, let's say, 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
The internet wasn't popping like it is right now. The internet popping right now, but you still, you know what I'm saying? I say right now at least 100. Back then, about a quarter, but now at least 100.
Yeah.
But then you still think, okay, that's just the business aspect of it. You still got to have your look up to par. People pay attention a lot to that, you know what I'm saying? So you still gotta have your look up to par. And right now it's all about a motherfucker could look cool and not be saying shit, and he gonna pop off right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real, people are very visual right now.
So you think it's people with having a whole bunch of jewelry, just putting themselves in the biggest whips, the biggest houses.
And motherfuckers gonna want to tune in to what you got going on. I know that just because I did that. And we was running around there looking crazy, and motherfuckers was like, well, what he got going on? I ain't gonna front. That's why 90% of the rappers that fuck with me. They came to the city and seen where the nigga pulled up on them, and it was like, damn.
Yeah. Who are some of these
who
people?
is this? This nigga must be somebody.
Yeah.
I remember being out in Texas one time, and we going to a club. I had on 3 houses worth of jewelry.
Yeah.
I walked to the door. The dude was like, I don't know who you are. You look important, so I'm going to just take you to this table.
Right. Don't even know you got
He didn't know me from... He just know I had a couple houses on. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't know who you are, but you look important, so I'm going to take you over here. Yeah. And that got me into a lot of doors. You know what I'm saying?
So you did this. Where were you at?
I was in Texas, that situation.
Oh, yeah, man. They do big things down there in big Texas.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Them boys spend money and they get money. So, you know what I'm saying? So for him to say that, I must have been looking like something.
Do you believe that rappers today, because you know that's your game, that's what you do, and what you've transitioned to, do you feel like rappers today need a village behind them to really push themselves? Like people like 6ix9ine, he had a village behind him to really pump his name. It wasn't just him moving. Nobody really cared about him per se. They cared about the people movement that were with him in the movement.
It depends if you got a story. See, if you don't have a story to tell, then yeah. He didn't have a story to tell. He's just some kid with colorful ass hair and he got a whole bunch of gang members around him. You know what I'm saying? The gang member, that's intriguing.
Right.
Like let's just say you put it up on TV right now.
Yeah.
We never heard of 6ix9ine ever before in our life.
Right.
You put it on TV right now. You got a bunch of Bloods in the hood in Brooklyn, and then you got one nigga with colorful hair.
Right.
Mexican.
Yeah.
You gonna want, what the fuck is going on? Like, you gonna look at it and honestly be like, what's going on? And you gonna tune in to listen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just human nature. So for a person like that, you do need a village. But if you got a real story and it's coming from the heart, I don't think so.
Well, I don't think like rap is R&B. Like it's not a solo venture. It's more of, who do you got backing your shit? Who do you got really like moving behind your campaign? And I would think that's why you went and got with MMG. You know what I'm saying? They kind of got with them because they were able to kind of back your campaign. You was showing you was having money. You was showing that you was doing your thing, So I can see your standpoint, but I'm just like, I know that this shit really does.
Oh, you definitely need a team. Yeah.
It takes a village,
okay,
man.
let me tell you this. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. If it wasn't for my crew, the people I was around, I wouldn't be where I was at. And I don't care if you're talking about musically, streetwise. I'm just talking about in life in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got a real solid dudes that I be around. Not no yes men. Like we move like brothers. We fight like brothers. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. But we keep each other in check. And I think that's just how could I say it? That's just part of being successful. Anybody, I don't care if it's two white dudes on Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple of them together. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like it does, but you know that village doesn't have to be really a whole village. You know, 3 niggas can be harder than 100. You know, if they move the right way.
You haven't had no disloyal bullshit from nobody that you've dealt with from the time you started?
Man, little shit, but if I see a red flag, but you know, most of my niggas is handpicked, man, so I don't really have too much bullshit going on. Like, not no shady shit. It might be some outsiders every now and then. A nigga might, you know, I'm a good nigga, so, you know, I give everybody a chance. You know what I'm saying? But if you use that chance and fuck yourself, then that's just a blessing, because that let me know to get you away from me for something serious happen.
So back to MMG, you and Rick Ross cool? You still on the mixture? Everything's still cool with y'all? Mm-hmm. You still under his label, or are you doing your own thing right now?
Well, you know, I've always been. I just got with them under management.
Yeah.
I got my own label. I got my own distribution and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Ross is really management, and that's what people don't understand. Because people always ask, like, well, why he don't push you like he do this? I was like, he don't really get no money off of me.
Well, I was going to ask you, like, was it you that coming and fucking with Rick Ross and having to fill his pockets, or was it a mutual ground?
It was a thing where it was basically a verbal agreement. Mm. He was like, man, you know, he seen what I was doing. He's like, man, I'll let you rock with the tag. He got me a manager, set me up. But he was like, when them people come holler at you, you come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? When the label come holler at you, you come holler at me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure you get what you need to get, and but, you know, I'm going to get a percentage. Which is like, you know, and with him by my side, a lot of people knew they couldn't, like, we can't dick him around. He's fucking with Fat Boy. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You know, that's why I call him Fat Boy.
Well, I mean, shit, I think anything coming and fucking with Rick Ross would be, you know, motherfucker gonna take that opportunity, you know, until he sees something else and goes through the game and be like, no, man, that ain't something I deserve more, or I should, you know, you feel like do you feel like Rick Ross, what I'm getting to is, do you feel like Rick Ross do you feel like he treats you equal through this whole situation, to be in, you know, just fucking with him, rocking the label, you know what I'm saying, and doing things like that? Has there been any bad blood?
At the end of the day, it's still business. So everything he's ever said he would do, he kept his word.
Right.
And he's not done nothing I could say I really disagree with, like, when it comes to me, you know what I'm saying? If he didn't do something that maybe I wanted him to do, or somebody else thought he should have done, it's very well reasoning behind it, to the point where, you know, he's still a man, he still got his own shit going on. I can't expect too much from a motherfucker. Yeah. Especially that ain't, you know, we off 2 words, you know what I'm saying? He's keeping his word, I'm keeping my words. It ain't no agreement, it ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, as far as that goes, man, I mean, it really couldn't have been a better situation. I think anybody, you know, I know motherfuckers that jump out of a moving car that had a situation that I got with a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Just because I know how niggas be, you feel me? And then that friendship is, you know, like, if I ask, he's never told me no. Not once. If I got in his face and I asked him for a favor, he's never told me no. But I've never asked for nothing that I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the type I wouldn't ask for nothing too crazy. Yeah. Not saying that I don't know if he would, because sometimes I'd be like, man, I wonder if you know what I'm saying? But I just never have. I don't want to outplay my hand. You know what I'm
grinding for your own shit. Mm-hmm. Moving.
Plus, you know, when you fuck with somebody, you know, you don't do that type of shit. Like, if I'm your homie, I'm going to respect your hustle, your grind, and everything you got going on. And not be selfish to ask for something that put anything, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do that. I ain't that type of nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I would expect people to be like that with me, you know what I'm saying? Even though they don't, because some people, you know, a lot of people are self-contained like that. But they don't get nowhere. They don't know the thing, you know, everything's teamwork.
How much, like, when you dropped your first album, because I know you look like a type of dude, man, that just invested into a lot of your grind with the music and things like that. Like, on your first album, how much did that type of shit bring back to you?
I can't even. How much did it bring back?
Yeah, how much did it bring back when you
said first album or the first album when I had distribution?
Like, I'm talking about distribution.
Okay,
like when you
okay.
first dropped, somebody fucked with you.
That would have to be Cons, I believe. Because I dropped 3 projects before that.
Yeah.
4, actually.
Who'd you get signed with? Who had picked you up? Like, was it just with distribution? Was it just with Rick Ross, or was it with?
No, I have Empire. I was signed with Empire. I had distribution with Empire before I even. Well, I can't even say that because Ross hooked me up with the dude who walked me into Empire, and I got my own label deal.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even give those out right now. You know, I'm grandfathered in with them where I got a label deal through Empire with distribution, and that's unheard of right now.
How'd you land that?
Ross hooked me up with this dude walked me in.
There it goes.
And this is before our situation, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's like situations like that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man, like, niggas ain't getting that, especially for the percentage of my split. It's like, it's not, it's not happening right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. So my first one though, I don't know, man. I can't really say.
Were you proud of it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Put it out with flying
100%. 100%. You know, with me, it ain't even. And this is the fucked up thing to say, but it's really not, because it lets you know how much I love what I do. It ain't really never been about the money. It's about the reaction.
Yeah.
Because I've always been lightweight straight. So it's not like I was ever super hungry where I was like, man, I need this for this. It was like, man, you hear it. And you know me, I'm the type of nigga to be like, you know, I'm gonna look at the corner of my eyes while you listening. And I'm like, this nigga nodding his head. Got one. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That was my payment. It still is to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like, oh, I heard your shit. Oh, I fuck with you. Or niggas just, man, I had this square white lady. She had a OG status hoodie on. I was just telling a boss lady about it, but she walked up to me like, aren't you Yowda? I was like, yeah, I'm Yowda. She was like, fucking love you. You know what I'm saying? Square white lady, you know what I'm saying? She like 33.
Yowda.
Yeah, she like 30,
Yowda.
33, something like that.
Yowda.
You know what I'm saying? And that felt like a check to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That felt like a check. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying with that, you'll invest the rest of your life.
Yeah, that felt like a check. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even on tour, we was in New York. I was nervous about performing in New York. You know what I'm saying? West Coast nigga, you know, East Coast. You know how that shit goes. It's my first time ever performing out there. It was a nigga in the crowd singing word for word. I was like, that's my nigga right there. You know what I'm saying?
He probably don't even know you looking at him.
Man, no, he caught it because look, I'm so excited. I'm locking in with him like, yeah, nigga, you feel me? And we rocking. And you know, in my head, this my nigga now. Like, I don't know what he done did. I don't know what he did.
So you just like adopted this motherfucker
this
just
my
spiritually.
Nigga, this my nigga right
spiritually,
here.
just.
We in New York, because I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous about performing in New York, because you know what I'm saying? I ain't never really, you know, I ain't think niggas fucked with me out there. You know, I had a real West Coast sound.
Right.
So that nigga fucking with me, I'm like, if that nigga was in the crowd and somebody fired on him, I'd have jumped off stage and helped that nigga. That's how much I felt that nigga right there at that moment, because of the energy he was giving me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really felt that. So that should be my payment for real. It is.
You don't care. You don't care how much money you got to spend to just stay working at your craft.
Like, say, I understand now why, like motherfuckers that ain't in the game no more, or like motherfuckers who like play music or in bands or make music but never made it, and they still do it.
Yeah.
Like, you see motherfuckers singing that, all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, little bands that play, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why would they do that when... But I know now why. It's that feeling you get from it, you know what I'm saying? It's really the love for it.
Feel like you was meant for this?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Because it's led into different things. You know, I'm on my 3rd movie in 2 years right now. I just got a major part in a movie not too long ago.
Can we talk about your movies?
Yeah, off top.
Where was you at? What was you doing?
I did. I was in a movie called Indictment first, where I had a little role. Well, you know, I was on Empire also. I was on Empire.
Empire. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that.
I was on Empire twice. Then I was on a show called Proven Innocent. I was just in the background, so they had me dressing up as a dude in jail.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to be a part of anything called Proven Innocent. Like I don't even want to.
Proven Innocent. It was I was in jail. I was the dude serving the food on the line, and my manager was like, "Stop taking those parts, because they're gonna lock you into that, and you ain't gonna get no other parts." You know how sometimes you see some actors and they only play certain roles every single time.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, "You don't want to get locked into that." So I was like, "All right." So I took a break from that, but then we ended up going on tour. And I ended up getting called for this movie called Indictment. And I had a little ass role. Benzino was in the movie. It was a hood movie or whatever. And I had like maybe 3 lines in there. They called me back for another movie, and I had a couple more lines. This last one I had a major part. I was a major. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started really, getting in the gym.
So what is this? Are you transitioning now? So what is it? So it's you.
It was a stepping stone.
Yeah.
So I think the music, if it went for my music, they wouldn't have hollered at me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I mean, I like doing both. The movie shit pays excellent. Now I see why niggas stop rapping and hop over there. Because I ain't had a major role in a major film yet, but I can imagine from what I got paid off this, what them niggas get. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like a lot of people be going and getting that movie money if they ever get into the position.
Yeah.
Because, look at LeBron James. LeBron James been playing basketball. This man's known for basketball, whether his movie Space Jam, which I liked it. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He made money off that. He went to the acting, so I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? That people do branch off over in that. So do you feel like that's something that you're going to start doing? Is that something that you want to be? Or do you want to stay rapping, man, and trying to get this rap money?
No. The thing is, man, I'm a hustler, so whatever's going to go is going to go.
Yeah.
And at this point, you know what I'm saying, with the white folks being in my business, anything I can do that's legal, I'm with.
Well, you need to stop. Church, stop playing. Stop playing. No, stop playing around, man. You say that federal probation, man. What's that shit like? It ain't no joke. Could you move around?
Man.
Could you do
right now? They let me move around, but when I was on pretrial, man, it was hectic. Like before I traveled, I had to have contracts. I couldn't travel for nothing but work.
Did you have tour? Like you had tours and things?
When I was on tour, it's okay. On tour, I have to give them contract to the venue. I have to report what car I'm in, license plates, everything like that. If I'm caught in a car and I didn't report to them, it's a violation. I had to give them address, hotel reservations where I was staying. They have to have video. I have to have videos of me. Like if I'm performing, I have to shoot them a video that night of me performing. Like, they have to see footage of me actually performing on stage. If I'm shooting a video, they have to see actual footage of me shooting the video. Like, somebody has to record it, like, behind the scenes, send it to them. Like, shit was hectic, bro.
So you had to really go through some shit to really try to go on tour. Mind you, you're paying out of your pocket.
Off time.
You're paying out of your pocket to move and groove and try to do what you need to do. Mind you, you got to still report to these people and try to...
to tour, I made a cool little money on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bag was cool.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then, my motto is, I'd rather deal with a PO than a CO.
Shit.
Any day.
Just give some people some game what that would mean, what that would pertain to.
I'd rather deal with a PO than a CO. I'd rather be out of jail being able to make some money than sitting in there on my ass not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because, you in jail, you losing out. I don't care what kind of situation it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, if it comes down to that and you got to face the consequences, I mean, it is what it is. But if I can get out of that without compromising my morals or my manhood, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to take the probation,
Yeah. So did you have to do jail time or did you just
we got indicted, boom. Everybody got pretrial. Everybody got out on pretrial.
Yeah.
So I did the pretrial thing for 28 months and went to court. And like I said, everybody on my case got probation but one person.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, right? And I think you know what I'm going to say. It's always that one person that didn't get it that told everything. They already had everybody, loved one. They already had everybody. That's the game that I've always seen it as, man. The person that gets the least told.
He kind of,
period.
No, I'm talking about everybody got probation, but one person got sent away. That's what I meant.
Oh, I was about to say, because if somebody,
Everybody got probation, but you know, it was a marijuana case, so they really not, at this date and time, they really not trying to lock too many people up for marijuana, man. You know, that shit damn near legal. It's only like 13 states it ain't legal in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you feel like they make more of a problem for it with a black man than they do somebody else, a colored white man?
You know, like, say, most districts, like with our case, you know, it was in California, Nevada, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, Missouri, and Ohio.
So I was moving all over.
So those are the states they said that we were going through, doing whatever we were doing.
Yeah.
Only one district picked it up.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So only one district picked it up. You know, those other places were like, it's marijuana, we don't want the case. We have too much going on. It's marijuana, we don't want the case.
Yeah.
So out of all those states, out of all those districts, because you know in the feds it's districts, only one district picked it up.
What was this?
Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, and Missouri picked it up because that's where it started from, because one of the dudes on the case, well, he wasn't on our case, but where they started, you know, following us from, he had got caught with other drugs. You know what I'm saying? But by the time they got to watching us and everything, they were like, we put in too much manpower.
Yeah.
We got to charge them with something. Like, we've been investigating these dudes for 6 years, and it's marijuana.
Everybody,
you know, they didn't like that. They was
like,
we didn't spend too much money and time. So now, you know, I know their bosses and their heads up was like, fuck is y'all doing? Y'all investing in these niggas?
Yeah.
You gotta lock them up, man.
So after everything, after all this shit, man, you done went through, man, the trials and tribulations to just have to overcome, do you feel like at the end of this shit, trapping, whatever it was you had to go through to get to, do you feel like that this music is gonna pay off, man?
It already
for
has.
Do you feel like you've really gotten some?
100%.
Do you really feel like you've gotten some real substantial money from being in the rap game?
But yeah, it's definitely. Like even before that, you know, it's been 20, 30K months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easy, yeah, definitely.
Shit, I know a lot of rappers that wish they can even get
like, you know,
fucking
you gotta understand, like
400.
even now, my, like, let's say my overhead might be like 10, 11, 12 a month. You know what I'm saying? Just my bills, like, and you know, it works. You feel me? Like, it works.
Balling. See, that's balling right there, man. Really getting it up off that rap money.
I'm trying to downgrade, man. I'm trying to downgrade.
You got any fucking new projects coming out? Anything that anybody should be looking for, man, or just anything that, because you are real and you moving. So what do you got coming?
Man, I got a single coming out with AD like in the next week or two called Ball Hog. I just dropped Hail May 2 with Sally Rue.
AD who?
Compton AD.
Compton AD.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's gonna be live right there. That's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man.
Just got the video back. Like I said, we did it for my homeboy from the Raiders is in there. The remix got Arsenal and somebody named Tafia on it. Tommy Tafia is from Miami. He just signed to Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's live though. I got that. The movie I'm in, Paper Heart, excuse me, is gonna drop soon in February, I believe. I got a major role in that, and it's not a gangster film, y'all. It's a chick film.
Chick film.
It's a chick film, yeah.
What you doing up in a chick film?
Getting some money. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I've worked with you before. You and Pretty Boy P. I've worked with both of y'all, man. Shit, I've had my cars there and everything. I've been in some of y'all videos, you know, back in the day. So I knew what y'all was doing. Y'all was working, and just even you, man. You've worked for a very long time, man. So I'm just happy to see that you out of the bullshit. I just hope that them feds don't come back a knocking.
Man, they can come back, but they ain't gonna. They can come back, but they ain't gonna see nothing, man. They just gonna be practicing. I'm like, oh, y'all running drills today? Oh, y'all running drills. Y'all got some new people. Oh, go ahead, man. Run through the house.
Right.
You want to slam me down real quick? Go ahead, man. I'll let you get this one off.
Right.
That's all they going to be doing, man. Yeah, this shit ain't.
Any more movies since you've been into some acting? You got any more roles coming up for us in the future?
So, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna press the right now since I just got got probation, man, the pedal's getting pressed, man. My foot heavy right now.
Yeah.
My foot heavy
Oh, you
right
flying
now.
free right now.
Yeah, my foot heavy right now. Because the cool thing about it is I've been working so much that now they're giving me a lane I could really, you know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know, so like with the traveling and stuff, like even for this shit, like before, you know, I wasn't allowed to do interviews.
Yeah. Why was that?
That my PO just was like, no. She was like, you're not getting paid for interviews. You get paid to do shows. You can do shows.
So you was making money being on paperwork, like she knew what you were.
Yeah, like I had to, like, that's the only way they was letting me move is if I didn't get paid, I couldn't move, which made me step my shit all the way. I'm not finna be stuck, so I'm like, all right, we got to start really booking this shit.
So you was really getting paid for it. You wasn't just trying to be you had to really figure out a different route.
And what? That's why even going on tour, like I said, I would have never went like if it wasn't for this case, I would have never went on tour.
Yeah.
Like for what? I'm getting some, but then it was like, man, we going on tour, you get this much each show. Shit, I started adding that up. Damn, 30 days straight. Ooh, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Next one, 45 days straight. All right, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just running it up like that.
Feel like it slowed you down, or do you feel like you could? Do you feel like you could have been in a greater spot if you wouldn't have gone through that case, or do you feel like you'd have been right where you was at?
I wouldn't have cared. I still wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? It kind of opened my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, my guardian angels, God, or whatever you want to say, was like, come here. I was like, what's up? Like, nigga, we just put this shit on. Use this shit, nigga.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what it really was, though. It was them like, come here, man. I was like, what's up? Nigga, I just put this shit on your plate. Eat it. It's nutritious, nigga. Eat it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even tasted it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, oh, this shit do taste all right. You know what I'm saying? And it's good for me. You know what I'm saying? Let me get another serving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes we gotta just get used to what we eat and the shit that's good for us. You know, we ain't never like the vegetables and shit like that coming up, man. But we had to get used to it because we knew that's what worked for us. You know, I love my man right here, man.
Man.
Like I promise you, loved one. I hope that you ain't got no more Fed cases that's gonna pop off, or no more bullshit, loved one. You can finally just blossom, man, because I know you done put a lot of money in this shit.
If I get anything, it's gonna be a ticket. I might be driving a little faster, texting while I'm driving. I might be on Instagram or something like that.
What kind of cars you driving today?
Man, right now, you know, I'm just in the,
Oh, man. All right, man.
Listen. I'm pushing the button. You know, I've never put, if I owned a personal car that I was in every day, I never put in a video. Now, if you see the shit that we might drive just on the weekend or something like that, but the shit I'm driving around, like I have my son in, like, never's been in the video.
Yeah.
Never. Damn. But it's foreign, it's up to date, push button. It's got some Forgiatos on it, shit like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Still a nice carousel, huh?
Yeah. It's got some horses up under there. You might call it a stagecoach. You know what I'm saying? It got some horses on there. So, yeah.
Was there any time when you was in jail, you know what I'm saying, incarcerated, whatever, behind your situation, did you ever feel like, man, like, I'm giving up on everything. I'm not about to do this shit no more. Like, man, I'm done with it. I don't care about music. I don't give a fuck about selling weed. I don't give a fuck about selling nothing. Like, just please, God, just let me out this motherfucker.
As far as
straight
being
up
in jail, nah, I ain't never felt like that when I was locked up. I was just like, man, when I get out, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But there was one time, I ain't gonna front, when I first started fucking with Fat Boy, I was in Miami 30 days
Fat
straight.
Boy.
Ross.
Right.
Ross.
Okay.
That's
You call him Fat Boy.
Yeah,
See, I don't think I can walk up on him and just call him Fat Boy like that. I think you think that shit disrespectful. So,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
like, I knew you had called him that, but I'm like, all right, well, maybe just.
I was out there 30 days straight. On my own dollar, my own money, Miami. You know what I'm saying?
So I already know, man.
So
yeah,
I'm out there, I got a car, you know, I got a up to date, like something cool, because that's what I'm used to driving. And when people see me, I want them to see the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm staying somewhere cool, 30 days straight. Now, not to mention, I still got everything at home. I'm in Miami because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out here fuck with this nigga, see if we can get something popping. He a busy man, so the 30 days straight, I go to his house every day. I'm in the studio with him every day. He introducing me to people and shit like that. I ain't record one song. I'm just sitting there like paying my dues, just like meeting producers. He introducing me to everybody. And I ain't gonna lie, man, at the point, it was just like, man, the fuck am I doing out here? I was like, I ain't making no money. I done spent this much money. I'm doing this. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was out there I'm like, I'm fucking with these bitches that I don't like. They ain't doing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I was at home, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right.
and I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm cool. Yeah. That's what I said. I said, fuck this shit. I'm cool.
You just went home, or you
Nah. I said, fuck this shit.
Oh, so
I'm
you
cool.
stuck around,
No,
still even saying that
right?
shit.
No, I said that shit. I said that shit. I went up to my hotel room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Where's that, on South Beach?
Yeah. Dope spot, bro. Like, dope spot. I went up to my hotel
Shout
room.
out to what? What hotel was you in, man? Shout them out.
Come on, man. You already know where I
What
was
hotel
at.
was you staying at just chilling like fuck?
So, listen, though.
Go ahead.
I go upstairs, right? Boom. Now, you know, downstairs popping, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I walk through the lobby. I'm like, man, this is bullshit. I go upstairs. I'm like, man, I'm out of here. I get a phone call. This bitch I used to talk to, whatever, right? You know, I'm a very spiritual person. And she was too. So she just called me out the blue. And I looked at the phone. I'm like, what the fuck this bitch want? I just put the phone down. She called back. I was like, what up? She was like, how you been? I was like, cool, how you doing? Whatever. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this bitch ain't talking about shit. She said, for some odd reason, I just got to call you and tell you not to give up because everything is going to be great.
Just chick you met? Just some
No, I used to fuck with her. Like,
okay.
So she was like, you're going to be great. I just wanted to tell you that. So whatever you're thinking, I don't know. I know she was like, I know you cocky as hell, but you're going to be great. Just remember that. That's all. And the bitch hung up.
Never talked to her again? Never?
Never again. And at that point in time, I hadn't talked to her in like 6 months. Like we didn't part on bad terms and nothing like that. It was always cool, but it just wasn't nothing to speak about. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was the last time I talked to her. But at that moment, for me talking about, oh, fuck this shit, I'm finna go back to doing this, and her telling me that, it was kind of like, damn. So I went back downstairs, got valet, got in my car, and then went back to Fat Boy's house. And sat there the rest of the night while they was in the studio.
From there it blossomed. Mm-hmm. And I like how she told you that even though you never saw her again. She told you that,
She told me that, and then,
but that
like,
shit stuck with you. For you to
is
be able
that.
to even tell, like, whoever the fuck that is out in the world feels special because you know what? That changed somebody's life. Mm-hmm. That really did. That changed your life. Like, and that's just keeping it real. Like, it did something for you.
It really
you
did.
know what I'm saying? It really did, man.
It did. I mean, just the timing and everything was perfect. When she said it, I was like, damn. Then I was like, man, what the fuck is wrong with me? I went back downstairs. Like, it was so fast, the valet hadn't even moved my car yet. You know what I'm saying? That's how, like, the time period was. I got out the car. What you doing, man? I'm finna go get some shit out of here. He's like, all right, you gonna be here all night? Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. That's what I told him. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Go upstairs, taking my jewelry off or whatever. She called, like I said, I ignored the call the first time. She called right back. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I answered
They're
it.
stalking you.
Yeah.
Trying to stalk you down.
And I ain't gonna front. Look, bros, when I answered the phone, I had an attitude. It wasn't like, hey,
yeah.
what's up, man?
You're already in other space.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, I don't know. Some just want me to call you and I'm like, what? And then she said it again. She's like, well, that's all.
What do you think, like, you think that was just random or just an act of that was an act of just the good Lord, man? Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just
Definitely.
because you never talked to her again.
Never. But see, definitely, like, you know, I think everything happens for a reason, man. I think God has a plan. And sometimes if you start straying from that plan, whatever energy, whatever you believe in or whatever, it's going to bring you back to it as long as it's positive. We all go through it. Everybody's had a moment where they like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? And at that moment, when you're feeling like, fuck this, however you react at that moment makes your life go left or right.
Sink or swim. I would think. A lot of people decide to swim. A lot of people decide to sink.
Yeah. So it's just like, either way. So at that present moment, you know, let's say if we say sink or swim, I was tying an anchor to my leg.
Yeah.
Because whatever I was going to do when I left that hotel the next day and flew back home, I was gonna be on straight bullshit. I wasn't gonna have no out game. I was just gonna be like, well, I'm selling dope for the rest of my life. That was gonna be my mindset.
Yeah.
If I'd have left, that's what it'd have been on.
5 years from now in the rap game, And we're going, hey, and this is like one of my final questions for you, because I really want to know, like 5, even 10 years, 10 years. 10 years in the rap game. Like, do you believe that you'll still be somebody that's a #1 contender, that's still standing strong and still making its weight around in the industry?
I feel like in 10 years, I'll still be in the industry, definitely. I feel like in 10 years, I'll be
#1, 2, 3, 30.
Not even #1, but I don't think. I think I'll be definitely a lot more into acting. I think I will be considered one of the greats, especially out of my city. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'll definitely be able to help a few more people. There's a few young niggas I really want to help bad. And because of the certain things I did and didn't do, I want to guide them to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, and get that shit together. So, and like I said, I got my own label deal. I ain't been taking advantage of it. So
how's that looking? Like what? You just can pick it up whenever the fuck you want to, or something?
Because I'm the only person on my label. I got, my homies are on it, but I've given my homeboys, they have the same distribution I got. I don't take nothing from them. You know what I'm saying?
Is it lucrative every month? Like everybody?
Yeah. If they put out music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's that. So right now it's time to make this shit into a big corporation.
If that all falls off.
Yeah.
If that all falls off, what, like, music is a...
If what falls off?
If like the music, like just if music tomorrow took it took a shit. Mm-hmm. It took a shit, man. Like, would everybody kind of go back to what
if music took a shit right now?
Yeah, what would you do is what I'm asking.
I'll be the floater.
That's what I'm asking. Like, what if music is? Right now, I'm the people floater. Ain't gonna ask that shit. Like, if music took a shit tomorrow, because people ask me just in things that I came from. Like, well, what if that shit failed for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really think about things like that. So,
but,
I mean, I have now, but
I can't say that because no matter what I do, I'm gonna be successful.
Yeah,
I don't care what it is.
Real
bro.
Shit.
Like, I don't care what it is. Like,
real motherfucking shit.
Everything fall off, I'm gonna find something to do.
Yeah.
And whatever I do, I'm gonna be successful at it. And motherfuckers gonna fuck with me, and whoever's spending to get whatever I'm offering is gonna fuck with me because I'm that type of nigga. Like, it's gonna, I don't chase money, I attract it.
Do you charge up and coming artists, knowing that you're coming from a higher label? Do you charge them more than you would if fucking, let's just say, Meek Mill's called you tomorrow, or somebody like that called you tomorrow?
Yeah,
like would you charge them, or would you charge them the same amount, or would you go and would you charge Meek Mill more, or would you just sit there and just go fly to him?
Like somebody like that, like if it's beneficial to me to do a song with somebody, I won't charge them.
Right.
But if it's just beneficial to you and not to me, I'm going to charge you because I'd say a lot of times people don't, my time is money. Like, I grind to get, this is my bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I try to explain that to people. And niggas don't get it till I break it down. Be like, okay, homie, see that bag of whatever you're selling? Let's just say you got a bag of dope. Boom. Yeah. You say you buy a key of cocaine. You just bought a key of cocaine. Now you're selling it to get your money back and profit.
Yeah.
This music is my key of cocaine. I'll put money into this to sell it. Now I'm trying to get my money back in a profit. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you put in, like you said earlier, $250,000, or do you feel like you've put in a lot more to be around some of the people that you've had to be around and bump shoulders with?
Do I feel like I spent more than that?
Yeah. Do you feel like you spent like you had to really sacrifice, like really have to go move
at the beginning? Yeah. At the beginning, yeah. Right now, it's just like it's part of everything that just goes on. It's not really a big deal right now. At the beginning, yeah, definitely a lot of sacrifices. Super. It was times, I ain't gonna lie, it was times where me and a couple of the homies, man, we made it look so good you'd have never known. That we got in the car like, whoo, man, we gotta make something happen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for real, like, it's been times like that. Like, people think it's been, like, a good look the whole time. It's like, nah. Like, a nigga done been in situations where a nigga was going broke trying to keep my lifestyle the same as it was because of legal situations and you don't want to do certain shit and trying to keep the music afloat. Like, it's been times where it's been like, nigga, I ain't spending no extra money right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where a nigga, like, say if a nigga did want to take a bitch out to eat, I'm making excuses.
Right.
Like, it's bad.
It's
bad.
fucked up, right?
You want to go on a date? Bitch, why, you can't cook? You don't know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Situations like that. You feel me? Like, I've been there, bro. Like, I've been there before. Like, me and bros went out of town to certain events and stuff like that where we stayed at a Motel 6.
Yeah. Nobody knew.
2 beds in the room.
Nobody knew. Y'all just showed up.
Yeah, he got a bed right there. We cheap ass hotel, double beds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where now it's like we would, you know, what floor your suite on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
man, I'll tell you this, man. I respect your hustle, where you came from, things that you have endured in life, man. Because see, a lot of people, man, they and I've said it before, they cookie cut through life, man. They want to cheat to the finish line, and then when they get there, they cheated, but they try to make it look good to everybody else, trying to make it seem like, oh man, they went through it even harder than them.
Man, bro, you saying that? This is the thing, man. Niggas gotta understand. Do you want to be a rapper, or you just want to look like one? And I tell people that all the time. I say, bro, you might, because to be a rapper, you have to be in love with the music. That's what niggas don't get. Like how I say, people's reaction to my shit is a paycheck.
Yeah.
It's because I love it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like a job to me because I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you love what you do, it's not a job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell people, like, are you in love with the music, or are you in love with the look? Are you in love with the attention? Because when you're in love with the music, all that's gonna come with it.
What do you think people are more in love with today, like critiquing the rap game?
The attention is worth more than money right now. You can ask a bunch of people, like, man, I'll give you $100,000 or you want 100,000 followers.
Who do you think they'll take?
You know, a lot of people gonna take them 100,000 followers.
It's fucking insane. It's poison.
Because this is I asked somebody this before. I'm not gonna say his name, but
why not? Come on, man. All right. I
don't want to put somebody on blast, but I was like, man, would you take $1 million or 1 million followers? He was like, I take 1 million followers because I feel like I would start something to make money off of those followers. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's backwards, because in my mind, I'm gonna take that $1 million and invest it in something to make 1 million motherfuckers want to come spend with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna invest my $1 million. He wants to start with 1 million followers, but you ain't got no game plan or no money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not how business works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you invest in your business, and if it's successful, people will come. You don't invest in the people and think you're gonna get a business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, like, it's just, you know, people think like that nowadays. Everything is so visual. Everything's about attention. Attention is worth more than money right now. A motherfucker gotta be broke and do all kind of antics to get attention.
People spend their money on attention. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Like, people really do. People spend their money on attention. They don't even spend it on buying shit that'll benefit them. Just some attention for the meantime. Look at me. Mm-hmm. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing. And to just see you, bro, like, really mash in the game. Because a lot of people, man, it's going to be a lot of people like you, man, that's put in more, but there's these little fucks that'll sit there and just sign their lives away. You really took your standpoint and took you stood on your game. Had Rick Ross fucking with you, just certain things like that. And for what would you have to say to any rapper that's really coming up today, man, that feels like this shit's a game? Like, for real, what would you say to them before we get up out of here?
My advice to them?
Yeah, your advice to them, man. Like, people who's coming up in the rap game, hustle game, all that. Blended.
Work harder than everybody and stay prayed up. I mean, stay prayed up, manifest, however you want to put it, you know what I'm saying? Like, mentally and spiritually, you have to be there. And physically, you have to put in the effort.
Yowda.
It has to be all together.
Yowda, I got to ask you before, you know what I'm saying, for real, like, I got to ask you, man, like, do you really see rap going, like, do you feel like this is more of making money on the street? Like, how would you make money today? Because, you know, you see they done closed down places that you can sell content, or like not even digital, but just even selling CDs, going to a vinyl store. They've closed all that type of stuff down to where it's very vintage now. It's not, you have to sell it online. And if you're not selling it online, you're not really making any money anywhere. If you can't be lucky by the graces of God to land on somebody's fucking tour. You got to be lucky and fortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same game. You know, I would think now today for rap. You know, it's very
I love
hard.
it though. I love it.
You go. So you say tomorrow you'll break the bank to stay in this shit that you love.
Yeah. But I already got the formula down, so I'm making money. So it's not really fair to be like, I'll do it right now. I wouldn't advise some people. Like I'd have to know a person that know where their heart was at to advise somebody else to. But like I get 3-4 distribution checks, so it's like right now easy. Yeah, I have no problem spending my money on making money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like. It's just it's a slower dope game.
You know, everybody today wants everything for nothing.
And that's why they
Everybody.
don't have nothing.
But they keep running in place hella hard and they're sweating and they're
they're on the
asking
treadmill.
everybody around them, why are you beating me?
Yeah, they're on the treadmill. I call it treadmill syndrome.
Yowda, I appreciate you, loved one. I can't wait to see where you at in about the next 5 years, loved one. If you keep grinding like you do, you done been there, man. Hey, I love you to death. Yowda, no jumper, sharpest podcast in the world. We out this motherfucker, man. Cheers.